Welcome back to Pints with Pals. I'm your host, Jason, and joined, as usual, by Mike and Jeremy. Say hi, guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. So today we have another Dragon's Milk, the Crimson Keep. Dragons.
It's a red ale.
Barrel.
Yeah.
Red ale.
Bourbon barrel aged red ale.
Words are hard tonight.
It is.
Oh.
It's a lot. It's a mouthful.
So what did you tell us about this beer, Mike? We had to be careful with.
Yeah, he said pour slowly.
One of the two. So we have a Crimson Keep, and then we have Tales of Gold. One of the two of them had like chunks in it. They said that there was like a weird problem. They don't taste any different, but they're like not chunks, but like globs of like this stuff. So just pour slowly, and maybe don't get the last like tiny bit of it.
Yeah, that's where I stopped at. I'm trying to. Well, it's red. It's not very clear. Most red ales are.
Yeah, they're kind of
very crystal clear. This is opaque.
Kind of brownish. Maroon.
Yeah, this one did not have the clumps, so it must be it might be the other one, and they said it was only certain of them, so I might have bought it before they ran into some issues.
Very dark, yeah, not red. Oh, nice glass.
Yeah, this is the triple mesh Dragon's Milk glass I've been using for all of our Dragon's Milk ones.
Yeah. It definitely smells. Yeah, it smells like the Dragon's Milks do.
Yeah, again, this is one of those confusing things that's exactly 11% ABV.
11.1.
Nope.
But yes. Oh, 11%.
No, it just says 11.
Just 11. Yeah, they all say 11%. Not under, not over. Exactly. 100% on the dot. They have precision. That's what they have.
Yeah, their description on here is not very descriptive. They're just like, storm the keep, and they're like, heavily fortified to keep the last bastion standing between the brave knight and heroic victory, unless, of course, they have a dragon. Crimson Keep is aged in bourbon barrels for 1 month. 1 month. Deep in the Dragon's Milk cellar. And I'm like, what? The deep red color is evident by the battle. It's been battle tested. And I'm like, this is a really weird way to describe your beer. Sorry.
I do, if you keep reading, the deep red color is evidence of being battle tested. A smooth malt-forward flavor profile is highlighted by notes of toffee, stone fruits, and oak that led to a pleasantly dry finish. I agree with all that. Get a lot of toffee. I get the fruity smell or taste.
Yeah. Malt forward. Stone fruits, I don't know. I get maybe plum-ish maybe in there somewhere. That's about the one I can think of for stone fruit. I don't get no peach or cherry or anything like that. Well, maybe a hint of cherry. I don't know.
Get a little bit of gravel, maybe some asphalt.
Just stones themselves. Yeah. the fruit of the quarries.
Yeah, it definitely does taste like plummy. I don't get as toffee.
I feel
like I get the toffee on the back end. I guess toffee and malt.
Yeah.
See, for me, I get a lot of those sweetness at the beginning, right when it hits my tongue myself. I don't know. I don't mind this one, honestly.
Yeah, I was going to say
I think I like this one better than the last one we had.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. This is a thumbs up to start with for me.
Yeah, for sure, I give a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I'll give it a thumbs up, but it's definitely like I'm in between because it's not something I would normally drink. You know, I've been keeping away from the barrel age, but yeah, it's pretty darn tasty.
This has only been barrel aged for 1 month, so I think that
okay.
I can't imagine that imparting very much flavor in 1 month of barrel aging. But they don't age. It's not like bourbons and stuff where they're aging it for years. At most, they usually do like I think they do like 6 months to a year, depending on the type of beer and how long they want it. So
that's true.
Yeah. Well, I guess this also. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I just want to go back to the color of it. I wonder if they were to keep it in the barrels longer than what it is. I wonder if all the redness would just go away, right? Because you're getting all the the char, the black char stuff from the burnt oak and all that other stuff too. So I wonder if they lose this color. That's why they say, well, we can do a month and that's it. So it's classified as a barrel aged
Yeah, I mean, they do say deep red, so it's not quite a red ale, but at least in color.
Yeah.
But it is a red ale. So speaking of the
Mhm.
thing that we talked about, so Mike, if you want to make a note, I guess I'll say, cheers, happy St. Patrick's
Yeah,
Day. This is our
for
red ale.
sure.
Yeah, it's this weekend for
Yeah.
us, or today when you're watching
For
the
us,
short,
yeah.
and like a month ago when you're watching the live video.
Happy St. Patty's Day. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
one of my favorite holidays for sure. The wife usually makes some Dublin coddle, which is a stellar stew that's made with like Irish bangers and bacon and potatoes, and there's nothing good for you whatsoever. But oh man, it's something so delicious, so good.
You don't
What's
need
an
it. It's
Irish
not that meat all the
banger?
time.
Nope. Huh?
What's an
What
Irish
was the question,
banger?
Mike? Sausage. And then I make Irish soda bread to go with it, which is very
Wow.
dense, thick
Yeah.
bread, which is just great for
Soak
like
it all
you
up.
can let it sit in soup for like an hour and so it gets soft.
Well, I guess segue since it is this weekend. What have you guys been up to, or what's your plans for St. Patrick's Day? Mike?
Tates is Tates is
sorry.
apparently coming over
You're
for
fine.
we're gonna
Apparently,
go out to breakfast. So we're gonna go at like 7:00 in the morning when the Irish bar by our house opens. We're gonna eat breakfast, and then we have friends that are going back there at like 2:00, and I'm like, I'm not staying there all day, so we're
Yeah,
probably
you
just
might
gonna
be.
stay there all day.
No.
I'm terrified.
how about you,
What about
Jeremy?
you, Jimmy?
That'd be fun though. So nothing. I've never gone out. I've been out to St. Patrick's Day once, and I went to an Irish bar in Flint, was called McGee's, and it was just a nightmare. And I've never been back to a bar on St. Patty's Day. I'm probably never gonna go back. I have no desire to drink green beer, myself. But other than that, for the weekend wise, I don't have a whole lot planned. Just trying to get over the poison ivy. Now, like a lot of the blisters have kind of gone away. I'm not as itchy, which is nice. So hopefully next week I'll be golden. Won't have to worry about any of this crap anymore.
Yeah, don't
What do I
or
do?
where you need some. What is it? Tecmu, I think it's called, or Tecnu. You rub it all over yourself, and it
You did-
pulls
yeah.
it out. You need to get that.
There's that, and there's stuff
before
you.
you go out there and
Yeah. So I've read there's like sprays you can put on your clothes for you getting and all that kind of crap. I wasn't thinking. I had a task at hand, and I just went straight at the task like a bulldog, like I always do, and I always get hurt. And this is just another way of me getting hurt. Like I can work on a car, and I'm guaranteed I will get cut. I can look at
Yeah.
a car, and I'll still get cut. Just how it goes.
Yeah, I did
How about
that
you, Jason? Anything planned?
Let's see. So this weekend, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend, but it's her friend's 40th. So they're doing a party bus. I'm not sure we're gonna get involved with that. In Pittsburgh, they do a whole parade, which we'll probably be at. But I hope we're not out. I hope we're not like Mike and making an all-day affair of it. But we'll see. We'll see. I might have a green beer or two. Never had a green beer. Actually, I have. Voodoo Brewing in Pittsburgh, though they're in northern Pennsylvania. They make like an ecto cooler beer that is green, and it's actually it's like a sour. It's quite delicious.
Okay.
So I have had a green beer. But yeah, that's my plans. Nothing too crazy, hopefully.
All right.
Yeah, today
Should be fun.
to Jeremy's story reminded me of today I went to go like fix our wind chimes or something outside, and we have a tree out in the back that used to be like surrounded by like brush. They cut all that stuff down, and then there were poison ivy stalks that went up the tree that they cut at the bottom, so they're like kind of dying off. Well, during one of the windstorms we had a really big tree limb fall off, and it pulled off a big long, like probably 4-inch thick piece of what I'm assuming is poison ivy, and it's been sitting in the middle of our yard all winter. And
Burn it.
yeah, I forgot what I wasn't really thinking, and I pulled the tree branch off of the yard, and I just grabbed that, and I was like, no. It's been dead for like 2 years, but they say it takes up to 7 years for the like oils to go away. So I immediately came inside and like was like Dawn dish soap, like God, and like super cold water, and I'm like, so I'm most likely gonna be like, I can't touch anything, but hopefully not.
Pull,
No, not.
Don't pull a Chris and touch yourself while using the bathroom and having a real bad.
Yeah, it would be no fun. That's for sure.
No, it was not. But yeah,
So that's cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to try this. Not this, but I'm excited to kind of get into the spring and summer seasons and start getting into like the spring and summer beers. Orville Day, I think, is going to come out. Orville Day and
Oberon Day.
Oberon Day are going to come out before this episode airs. So hopefully we can get some shorts and stuff kind of created for you guys to remind you to go out and buy it. And I would like, Jason, you need to go try it. Orville, anyway.
Oh, yeah.
It's delicious.
Orville, for sure, yeah.
Well, I'm coming to Michigan for a couple weeks, so I should be there during Orville Day. So we could. Oh no, I won't. We'll see. But we can get together and do another live.
Good.
Yeah, this is
stream, or
episode
we
12.
can just do a in person. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There's a good advert for our next live stream in a couple of weeks.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited. The last time it didn't go so well. I had some technical difficulties. This year I'll try and test it beforehand. I don't really know how. That was just the worst.
It was a weird timing. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. You could do it at my place.
There you go. You have to get all your stuff all set up.
I don't have the setup that you did.
That seems a little less convenient.
Mike, just phone. Yeah, Mike, just move your setup from your place to my place, and then also break that down. And
that seems like a lot more. That seems like a lot of me problem, and I don't really want to do that.
All right. Yeah. No, that was what I was going for.
Just get some low tech. Just get a bunch of Raspberry Pis, a bunch of little cameras to go with them, and just call it good. You just get what you get.
Yup.
So I'm actually kind of surprised.
How many more Driving Smokes do we have to
one more
go through?
One more in our list. I mean, technically we never did the regular Dragon's Milk, so I was like, we could do that on our live stream. Everybody get a regular Dragon's Milk.
Yeah.
That'd be hard for Jeremy, I think. Unless I gave you one. I don't think I did.
We didn't do the reserves. We did triple mash, but we didn't do they have a s'mores, a coffee chocolate, and oatmeal cookie. We didn't do those, but those were, I don't know, probably harder to get.
Jeremy and I did a stroopwafel, the one from like 2021. That was pretty good, but I've had the oatmeal cookie one. It was terrible. I gave Jeremy the last two or one of the s'mores one, and that was weird. They're using a lot of really, really fake flavors. I didn't do it because I'm just like, I can't drink this, and I gave him one so he could try it, and then I gave the rest to my mom because I haven't really enjoyed it
off camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have a bunch of extras. I need to try to start drinking.
You could drink more, I guess.
I sent him a whole bunch in February before we had even started the podcast.
You didn't send him anything. You handed it to him.
No, that's what I meant. I sent him home with. I literally did send him home with him.
Oh, okay.
We were gonna start the podcast that weekend or that week when he was here, but then I lost power for like 5 days or something, so we didn't have internet. And it was fun. It was a big icy mess.
And now it doesn't snow anymore. Now it's 80 degrees in March.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So I guess Jeremy, I'm. Oh, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Oh, you're fine.
I was gonna ask about this beer. So, I mean, I guess you can barrel age anything. So it is like this is the first barrel aged red ale I've ever had. I guess what makes a red ale different than anything else? Why is it red? Is it just
rye malt?
The malt?
Yeah, rye malt is usually what does it to it. Yeah, for sure.
And
gives that a nice little red color.
And they're just barrel aging it because why not barrel age an IPA? Or you can barrel age anything, and people barrel age IPAs and whatever.
Yep. You can even do I can't remember the name of it. I know it starts with a P, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's a barrel aged. I think it's a cider. Oh gosh, I wish I remember the name. I'll have to look it up next time. But I've even read articles about people barrel aging meads. to get like
Yeah.
unique notes off of those. But it's usually in wine barrels. It's not like bourbon or whiskey. It's usually just wine. But then I'd be kind of curious that whole process, because just making meat itself could take 6 months to a year, and then you'd have to barrel age it for another 6 months to a year or longer. So like now you're like 2 years out on something that you have no idea. I guess you can draw samples to see where it's heading, but at the same time, that's still a
Gamble.
I guess a weight sink. Yeah, a gamble. I think that's another one too. You'd have to make quite a bit.
These ones didn't even say what they were what they were aged in. Like normally they'll say like bourbon barrels or wine barrels or port barrels or whatever they're gonna say, but this one's just like aged in barrels. No, did it say bourbon barrels?
Bourbon barrels.
Sorry,
Says
yeah,
it.
okay.
Yeah, I think everything at Dragon's, or every Dragon Milk is aged in bourbon barrels.
I'm guessing, like we said, or I said on a episode ago, I think that they're probably aging it in their own bourbon barrels because they have so many of them in a bourbon barrel. By definition, for bourbon to exist, it has to be in a fresh oak barrel to start with. So they're going to have to make or buy these barrels, and then instead of buying somebody else's used barrels, they can just use their own and then go from there. And then I think they use them again to make their beer barreled bourbon. So they finish bourbon in a beer barrel. So like I think they're using their own barrels 3 times.
So they do a cask beer? So I guess what I mean by that is like beer that's sitting in, like you said, a barrel, but they use like a beer engine to pump it out. Do they have that kind of setup there?
I don't think so. I've never seen it.
Okay. So that'd be kind of cool because like beer engines are really neat too. So it's so you see, so when you make cask beer, you add in more sugars into the barrel itself, and you just let it ferment and build CO2 that way. And then you use the beer engine to siphon it up, basically up and out. There's no CO2 connected at all. It's a totally old school style of beer. I would say not a lot of breweries, but there are some specialty breweries that will dabble with that. And you kind of want a premium price for it as well too. Just because it's such an expensive ordeal just to go through. I think it'd be neat to try.
Yeah, I guess I never realized what that was, but I've seen them before at bars or establishments. The Jolly Pumpkin in Ann Arbor has a handle, and I've always been like, I've always wondered what that was, and I've never ordered a beer that they used it, and I never asked. But yeah, it must be what it is.
Yeah, I'm just a nerd.
Yeah, well, right.
Something I'm passionate about, so I enjoy this whole world of beer. I think it's really neat. I think it's fascinating.
That's why I ask you all the questions. Because I don't know anything. I'm just drinking.
He's just drinking. And Lincoln be thinking, oh, that's not a good one.
I feel like it's staying pretty high. I don't know. Words are hard today. It's staying up at like the consistency of the flavor is good. Like I feel like I don't know if the last one did, but I feel like a lot of times they like sit on the back of my palate and then just kind of like burn a little bit, like an almost an acidic or a ethanol burn.
I do get some alcohol burn from it, but I expect that from the barrel aged beers just because it is getting something from it. And plus, it's also 11%, which is not super high, but it's definitely higher than the beers I just buy off the shelf, which are like 4.5 to 5%. So like, I do expect that to be there.
I'm actually kind of curious.
I'd buy more of these for sure.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
Yeah, this is something that they have all the time, so like you can just go there now and get them. It's a regular. I think they found out that people really like them. I think that they've probably the reason that everything's at 11% is probably because they found that that's a safe number to keep things at, as far as like you can have one and not be too like drunk like after just one beer. You can't obviously have like 4 or 5 of them, but the problem with these is I wouldn't say they're necessarily crushable, but they're more crushable because of the lack of sweetness, I feel like, than a super dark heavy beer. Like their Dragon's Milk normal one, I wouldn't consider that crushable, and I don't feel like it's very thirst quenching. So like if you're thirsty and you like take a sip of it, you're like, well, that just took all of the moisture out of my mouth, which this kind of does a little bit too with the dry like finish it has. But I do enjoy this one. The Tales of Gold, the next one we're gonna do, I guess we could talk about that later, but the weirdness of that one is how it's like it looks like a hazy IPA almost. Maybe not quite as yellow, but it's almost crystal clear at 11%. I'm just like, I don't understand how you got like a lager at 11% or golden ale, so to speak. Like that seems nuts to me. Man.
Wish I had pictures of my barley wine. That was 14% and crystal clear.
How was that?
Yeah.
Was that good?
I liked it for the most part. It didn't do very well in the competition.
It was your first attempt and first try.
It was my first and only. I don't think I'll ever make it again. It was quite expensive, even for a 3-gallon batch. I want to say I spent $50-$60 for one recipe. So that was, to me, that's a lot of money for 3 gallons. But yeah. Oh, I was going to bring up. I should have brought this up earlier. I totally forgot. So I did tap the keg on my Mexican cerveza a couple days ago, and it's pretty good. It's more malty than I would want it to be honest, but I do like the hop bitterness that you get at the end. So you get a lot of malt forward, a lot of sweetness, and you get the bitter bite towards the end. So I think I may break my own rule and throw a lime in it or squeeze lime in it to off balance the sweetness a little bit, just to see what that tastes like. So I may try that actually later on tonight just to see what it tastes like. Part of that, it's good. It's good beer.
Yeah, I'm interested to try it.
When you mentioned it, and I'm like, it's 70 degrees out or 80 degrees. Like I could go for crisp cerveza right now.
Huh?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking forward to is some lighter beers. I've been enjoying some of the IPAs that we've been having, which is surprising. So I'm wondering if there are more maybe fruit forward IPAs that are lighter, I guess, not like 9 or 10% ABV. I'm kind of looking in like the under 6% ABV.
I've not seen any yet, but I'm sure there are.
What we should do is the Bell's Two Hearted, the light version.
One-hearted?
Because that is, what is that?
I said, is it one-hearted?
Is it one-hearted? Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I think it's just called, I don't know the name, but anyway, it's a lighter version of it. Oh, you might be right. Yeah. It's definitely lower in the ABVs. I don't know. It's an IPA, so it's still going to have some IBUs in there. But you might like that. We should try that. I have yet to try it, and it's been out for a while.
Yes, it has. Yeah, I can get that one.
There's a double one too, isn't there? Like something that's like
it's a double Two-Hearted.
Yeah. I don't know how that one either.
I've had it. It's good.
I can get this one in 1/6 of a barrel. I should get one of those and just put it on tap downstairs.
Is your tap ready to
go?
Not
yet. So Jeremy, I guess. Excuse me. Do you have a recipe for a red ale?
So I have a recipe for a red ale. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
could you make it an imperial? Do you think? Like if you were to put this in the Brewfather app and then double all the stuff, does it tell you what your expected ABV should be?
It probably could, but I don't have it in there right now. I just kind of put this all together in this little notepad. So, but yeah, I mean, I guess you could make an imperial red ale. I've never had one. I'm sure they exist. But this would make about 5 gallons, plus or minus, just depends on how efficient your system is. But it starts off with like 6 pounds of 2-row malt, which could be your base malt, so the bulk of your sugars. Then I have 3 1/4 pounds of Munich malt, 2 1/2 pounds of rye malt, and 4 ounces of roasted barley. So the rye and barley are going to give you that nice dark red colors. I want to try this hop. I've not used it yet. It's called Challenger hop. I think you could probably swap it out with Saaz hop, but Challenger hops gives like spicy and citrus notes, and I feel like some red ales actually kind of have a nice little spicy note to it. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. Then of course Fuggles give you that nice woody floral, maybe menthol, which You don't get menthol in this, but that's just with the flavor profiles that the Fuggles bring. And then I would finish off with a London ale yeast, which you can find it dry as well too. And to help really clear it up, like you would want to use a Warflack tablet, like the last 15 minutes. I explained this before, I'll explain it again. So what that does is it coagulates all the proteins and helps drop them towards the bottom of the fermenter itself. So your beer gets a lot cleaner. There's other ways to clean your beer. Like I tried it with my cerveza. I use gelatin. Cleared it up, but it's still, I think what it has right now is called chill haze. So I'm hoping in the next couple weeks that chill haze just drops out by itself, which is still just proteins that the gelatin didn't grab. If you don't want to use gelatin, because some people find gelatin just gross, and I understand where they come from, there's something called biofine, which is just like another chemical that's really close to gelatin. You can just kind of squirt in there and it'll grab all the proteins and just kind of drop them off. If you want that nice crystal clear, which you would want to go for. It would come in about 6% ABV. IBU is around 25 or so. So I think just kind of a standard IBU level for a red ale overall. I think it's very simple recipe, honestly. I don't think it would be hard to do. Easy brew day. But yeah, that's what I got. That's what I came up with.
They just barrel age it for a month apparently, and you're good to go.
Boom, golden. Well, in this case, off red.
Right, yeah. Now, the next one's the golden ale.
The golden one, that's right. That's right.
Brownish.
Yeah. Apparently, sorry, I did look it up. Imperial red ale is a thing.
Okay. I guess I'm not.
Does it say what the ABV is
what's the
expected?
ABV? Yeah. I'm just kind of curious.
I just saw it. So yeah, hold on.
Chrome history.
Yeah,
No, not that
they
one.
did. Craft
Brown
Beer
chicken
does the
brown
whole
cow.
write up on the American Imperial Red Ale. ABV 8 to 10.
Okay, so I
This
can
is
find
pretty.
it here.
This is. I mean, this is pretty close to it. Then it's pretty bitter though. 55 to 85.
I feel like a lot of red ales end up getting a little bit bitter.
No.
Yeah.
I'm still in the thumbs up category. I actually really like this.
I'm still
I
digging
agree with that. I like it.
it.
I think it's a good
Thumbs
choice.
up for me.
It's a good one for
Three pals. The rare occasion when all of us like a beer.
We're just gonna keep doing that. Yeah, I'm excited to because we have a bunch more, and I thought I didn't like it after I think I had it like 4 or 5 of them in like a week, and then I'm like, okay, I'm kind of over it.
Okay.
And I hadn't had it, and probably since I packed all these up and got them to you guys, I was like, I haven't had it since, because I was just like, I don't really want to. I want my second sip to be a memorable moment. I'm glad I did. It's good.
I mean, it definitely tastes like the other Dragon's Milk that we've had and that I've had in the past. But maybe it's not as heavy. But there's, as Mike said earlier, there's not that aftertaste. It's it's almost like a crisp taste. Like I don't know.
It's cleaner for sure.
Yeah, don't know how best to describe it. Yeah, cleaner. That's a good word.
It just washes off the palate. Doesn't stick. Yeah.
Yeah, there must be whatever is causing the darkness in the other ones, in like the hops or whatever they're adding to it to make it the chocolatey and coffee notes. Maybe it's just the lack of a coffee note that's kind of keeping it from kind of staying on your palate.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think that's pretty much one of the things I'm kind of trying to get away from, I guess, is like lingering flavors, like off flavors and stuff like that. Jeremy and I had a beer, I think I talked about this a few podcasts ago, they use one of the hops to just make it as dark as possible, and it tastes disgusting. It tastes, or malt, yeah, and it tastes like it reminds me of what I would expect like squid ink stuff to taste like squid ink pasta or whatever. It's just like it tastes like a fountain pen somewhat.
Yeah, so funny that you brought that up. So when I made that stout for the homebrew competition, like a lot of stouts recipes that I was coming across require that, but I put it in one of my other beers. I just didn't like it. It was just a very strong hop. It just leaves this really weird, I don't know, astringent's the right word, but this weird flavor in your mouth that just doesn't go away, and I just didn't like that. So I was like, so instead I just doubled up on I think a roasted malt. or like a dark chocolate malt. They can make it just darker color, and I actually like how that tastes a lot better. So, too bad you guys ain't gonna try that one either.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
You gotta make more beer and drink more beer, or give more beer away. I don't know.
It's true. I made a lot of beer last year. I've made like quadruple the amount that I did the following year. So,
do you have a Do you have like a goal for at the start of the year, like what you want to make? Like, I'd like to at least make this, and this. I want to brew this many times.
So many times I don't really have this year. I'm not trying to push that envelope. I want to do. I've yet to make a successful Heffy, so that's my next one coming up. I'm going to do a saison because I've been dying to make a saison, and then from there I do want to dabble in some late 18th century porter styles. They're just different. They're a lot thinner, so they're a lot weaker. ABV wise, they're like 4%. They should be pretty thin on the palate. So like, should be like a crisp black lager basically at the end of the day, but it's a porter overall. The issue that I'm gonna have is trying to find some of the yeast. So I may have to fork some money over to get that, which may be fine. I think it'd be kind of fun to do. Hopefully I can find a competition where I can send it to, so I can make it and send it to a competition. That'd be more fun for me to do, I think.
Would your brew people, like your brew club, would any of them be like split the cost? Like, hey, you wanted some of this yeast, and then.
Yep. I know one individual I could probably talk to into it, and he would definitely jump on board. Yeah, he's the kind of guy that would definitely he'd even probably come over and help me.
There you go.
Yep.
That'd be pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
Well, on that note, that sounds like a good segue into have some friends over and have a pint with your pals.
Exactly. Please drink responsibly.
And like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell. Let us know what we should drink next. We've got some Orville Day coming up. We've got Oberon Day. It's spring. I'm excited for not to get away from the barrel aged beers, but to have a change in scenery.
Exactly. On that note, cheers.
Cheers.